Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is not about the hero Julius Caesar that school books love to praise. Today, we are talking about the dark, brutal, and savage side of Julius Caesar, the war crimes that Rome tried to hide, forget, or justify. Julius Caesar is often remembered as a great general, a smart leader, and a powerful ruler. But behind his glory is a long trail of blood, fear, and destruction. This video will expose what really happened during Caesar's wars, especially in Gaul. We will talk about mass killings, destroyed cities, slavery, and extreme cruelty. So stay with me until the end, because what you are about to hear will change how you see Julius Caesar forever. Who is Julius Caesar really? Julius Caesar was born in 100 BC in Rome. He came from a powerful family and had big dreams from a young age. He wanted fame, power, and to be remembered forever. To achieve this, Caesar needed victories, not peace. War was his path to greatness. In 58 BC, Caesar became the governor of Gaul, which is modern-day France and nearby areas. This is where the most savage crimes happened. Caesar later wrote a book called Commentaries on the Gallic War. This book made him look like a hero and a defender of Rome, but it was propaganda, written to make him popular. The truth is much darker. The Gallic Wars. A war of conquest, the Gallic Wars lasted from 58 BC to 50 BC. Caesar claimed he was protecting Rome from threats. But in reality, he was invading, conquering, and destroying entire tribes. The Gallic people lived in villages, had families, culture, and traditions. Caesar saw them as obstacles. By the end of the war, historians believe over 1 million people were killed and another million were enslaved. Let that sink in. Mass slaughter of the Helvetii. One of Caesar's first major crimes was against the Helvetii tribe from modern Switzerland. The Helvetii wanted to migrate peacefully to another land. They were not attacking Rome. Caesar used this as an excuse to start a war. After defeating them, Caesar claimed he killed over 250,000 people. Even if the number is exaggerated, the destruction was massive. Survivors were forced to return to their ruined homes. Many died from hunger and disease. This was not defense. This was punishment and control. The brutal destruction of villages. Caesar often used fear as a weapon. When tribes resisted, he burned their villages, destroyed crops, and killed civilians. This meant women, children, and elders also suffered. Entire regions were left empty. People who survived were left with nothing. This was a strategy to break the spirit of the people. It worked, but at a terrible cost. Enslavement on a massive scale. One of the most savage crimes was mass slavery. After battles, Caesar sold prisoners like animals. Men, women, and children were chained and sold in Roman markets. In some campaigns, Caesar enslaved tens of thousands at once. This brought him huge wealth. Slaves paid for his army, his politics, and his rise to power. Rome benefited. The Gauls paid the price. The massacre of the Usipetes and Tencteri. This event is one of the clearest war crimes in ancient history. Two Germanic tribes, the Usipetes and Tencteri, crossed the Rhine River looking for land. They sent envoys to negotiate peace. Caesar pretended to talk peacefully. Then, without warning, he attacked. Roman soldiers slaughtered the tribes while many were unarmed. Women and children were hunted down. Around 400,000 people were killed, according to ancient sources. Even the Roman Senate was shocked. Some politicians called it a crime against humanity, even by Roman standards. But Caesar faced no punishment. Cutting off hands as a warning in one brutal act, Caesar ordered the hands of prisoners to be cut off. This was done to survivors of a rebellion. He wanted to send a message. These people were left alive but permanently disabled. They were sent back to their tribes as living warnings. This was psychological terror. The siege of Avaricum was a strong Gallic city with civilians inside. Caesar surrounded it and starved the people. Food ran out. People begged for mercy. When the Romans finally entered the city, they killed almost everyone. Out of 40,000 people, only 800 survived. There was no mercy. No protection for civilians. Vercingetorix and the siege of Alesia. Vercingetorix was a Gallic leader who united tribes against Caesar. The final battle happened at Alesia. Caesar trapped the city and built walls around it. Then he built another wall to stop reinforcements. Inside the city, food ran out. Women and children were sent out to beg for mercy. Caesar refused to let them pass. They died slowly between the walls from hunger and cold. After the victory, Caesar executed leaders and enslaved thousands. Vercingetorix was taken to Rome, imprisoned for years, and later executed in public. Genocide of entire tribes. Some tribes disappeared completely after Caesar's campaigns. They were either killed or enslaved. This fits the modern definition of genocide. Caesar did not just defeat enemies, he erased them. Why Rome tried to forget? Rome loved winners. As long as Caesar brought land, slaves, and gold, his crimes were ignored. He was celebrated with parades called triumphs. The victims had no voice. History was written by the conqueror. Caesar's own writing shaped how future generations saw him. The suffering of millions was buried under glory. Was Julius Caesar a monster or a man of his time? Some people argue that this was normal in ancient wars. But even by Roman standards, Caesar was extreme. Other Roman leaders criticized his actions. The Senate debated his brutality. He crossed moral lines again and again because it worked. Power mattered more than humanity. The real legacy of Julius Caesar changed history. There is no denying that. But his success was built on blood. Behind the statues and stories are burned cities, enslaved children, starving civilians, wiped out cultures. Remembering this does not erase history. It completes it. Final thoughts. Julius Caesar was not just a great general. He was also one of the most ruthless war leaders in history. Rome tried to forget these crimes. But the truth remains. Understanding history means facing the good and the evil. If this video opened your eyes, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what shocked you the most. Julius Caesar was not just a great general. He was also one of the most ruthless war leaders in history. Behind his victories were countless deaths, destroyed cities, and broken lives. Rome tried to forget these crimes, choosing to celebrate his glory instead. But the truth remains hidden in history's darker pages. Understanding history means facing both the good and the evil, not just the legends. Caesar's rise to power changed Rome forever, but at a terrible cost. If this video opened your eyes, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what shocked you the most. Thank you for watching.